If you are a first-time home buyers, here is some tips that you want to know before buying your first home. Number one, we're gonna be talking about knowing your budget. As a first-time home buyer, you want to know that paying the closing cost is only part of the equation or part of the cost. There are some more involved when you buying a property. For example, we have taxes. We know when you're gonna buy your first home, taxes automatically will increase within the first year or 2 years because the value of the property. So the previous owner purchased the property for 300,000 and he sold it for 500 to you, which is the new owner. So there are about 200,000 increase in the value, which is going to be reflected towards the taxes later within the first year of owning the property or the second year. So this is one. And if you are buying a condo or a townhouse, which is going to lead us to the second point, which is the HOA. There is HOA involved. If you're buying a townhouse and a condo, just make sure the HOA, it covers more than basic. Assessment fees includes gas, heat, sometimes even cable for your TV, and others only covers some just basic maintenance for the surrounded townhouse or inside the building for the condo. Number three, we're gonna go to the insurance. We all know in the recent years, insurance been going up more and more. Like I'm talking personally, I used to pay $600 for my property, and now I'm paying about $1,000, if it's not more, for the insurance. So you need to make sure all this has been checked in before starting looking for a property. And of course, as you know, we have down payment involved, which is gonna start from 3% all the way up to 20%. We have a monthly mortgage payment, which is gonna be involved, your principal, taxes, insurance, and interest. And also, I always recommend my clients, when you are buying your first property, you need to have emergency fund. You are buying a resale traditional homes, meaning that homes been occupied by the previous owners or the owners before the current owners that sell the property to you. So it's a traditional resale. We're gonna have something could break after later on, after 6 months, 3 months, or a year. So you don't want to be tight in the budget. You want to have just some emergency funds set aside for, God forbid, anything popped up during your first year or the first 6 months. And if you want a peace of mind and the numbers make sense to you, I always recommend warranty. So warranty will give you a peace of mind if something happened. We can always ask the seller to provide a first year warranty for you, but sometimes sellers will provide that, sometimes one. So if again numbers make sense to you and you can buy warranty, you can go ahead and buy a warranty, and this is gonna give you again a peace of mind and reduce the amount of emergency that you want to put aside. Now we're gonna go to number two, which is knowing the area that you're gonna be buying your property or your home in. So get feel to that neighborhood. You can drive by in the morning, drive by in the evening, just watch for the neighborhoods. How is the lights? What kind of parks are there? If you have kids, you wanna of course buy a property with a very good school district. And if you don't have kids and let's say you wanna buy in the suburb while you're working in Chicago downtown or any area in Chicago, make sure that you are nearby the commute. How is the commute? Is it so traffic? When you leave, are you driving? Are you using Metro? If you're using Metro, how close you want to be to the Metro? What's the park situation if you want to drive to Metro and park there? Or what's the commute from your location to the nearest Metro station that you can take to downtown? Those are simple stuff that you want to check in the neighborhood, something that fits your daily lifestyles. I always also recommend my clients to consider this before start searching in that area, something that serves your daily life, which is gonna make it easy when you move to that neighborhood. Now step number three, we're gonna come to the pre-qualification process. Like pre-qualification process, it's not just about how much you are qualified for, as much as how much you can afford paying for. Meaning you can be qualified for 400,000 or 500,000 purchase home, but are you going to be able to pay about $2,500 or $3,000 every month towards that home? That's of course depends how much down payment you're going to be putting down the line, and also how much the lender can assist you, what kind of program he has for first-time home buyer, any down payment, down assistance that he can provide. And it comes to the lender, I always recommend to shop around and just stop by more than one lender and compare the options, see which lender can give you the best deal, and you can of course go ahead and seal that deal. But again, know how much you can afford, because I know if you are renting and you're paying about $1,500 a month to $2,000, $3,000 will make a huge difference to you. Or if you're renting for $1,500 and you want to move to $3,000 or $2,500 a month, it's going to be of course a huge difference. So if you can afford that, then start your search for your new home. But if you cannot, you don't want to push hard on yourself, because there are different expenses and maintenance involved when you buy a house. We have different priorities when you get to home ownership than renting. And now we're gonna go to step number 4, and basically this is about don't rush. When it comes to search for a property, take your time. Especially this is your first home, and your first home is as well your first investment. So don't rush looking for homes, and don't feel that you're obligated to put an offer ASAP. Take your time, compare options, and trust the process, because yes, this is a process. For some people it may take few weeks, for you it may take months. But if you trust the process and you were searching for the right home that you are looking for, it will come. The right one, it will come. And once you're gonna feel it and find it, you feel so confident to submit the offer. And that will take us to number 5, which is finding and working with the right realtor. This is crucial. Like the realtor that you want to work with, he or she needs to know all the information that I just mentioned to you. They need to advocate for you, negotiate for you, be just there for you. I mean, buying first-time home buyer, it could be kind of overwhelmed sometimes, because we may have a multiple offer situation, which is we still have it till today. Anything that it's a new renovated in a great location with a great school district, even clean, ready to move in, sometimes we're finding multiple offer situation, and sometimes it's not. It depends actually about the location, how the property it's been represented, and what's around that property. So that agent should be able to negotiate, as I said, on your behalf, get you the best deal, and advocate for you and be there for you. You know, as I said, it could be overwhelming process for a first-time home buyer. Sometimes you have your property, the ones that you loved, you found the property, and then the deal will fall apart. There is issues just popped up during the inspection. And I always recommend that you never ever waive inspection, but this is something we're gonna talk about it later. So this is one of the issues. And also you wanted to know, when you're buying a property, there is also expenses that you want to consider for attorney, inspector, and appraisal. So for example, if you're gonna hire an inspector, depends how big the square footage is of your property. It's gonna be anywhere from $300 all the way up to $800 or $900. For appraisal, anywhere between $400 and $700. It depends which bank your lender is using, and again, how big is the property. For an attorney is about $400 to $650. The expenses that, or the fee that you're gonna pay for the attorney. So this is all expenses that is gonna be involved while you are under a contract. What kind of offer that real estate agent can put for you. Is it the right offer? Is it the right price? And if we're gonna have a negotiation between the seller and your agent, how that agent gonna negotiate on your behalf for the best deal, get some concessions involved or credit involved as well. So finding the right real estate agent is again a very important in finding your right home. So that's gonna give us to the next point, which is never ever waive inspection. Inspection is very important, especially as you are a first-time home buyer, and even for a second home buyer or someone who's buying an investment property. Never waive the inspection. I know there were crazy times that people back in the days when COVID hit and we have multiple offer situations, people will waive inspections left and right. They even will waive, like they will fill out the appraisal gap form, which is, it was again back in those days. I mean, we've been seeing these things less and less nowadays, but still people will say, oh, let's go ahead and waive inspection, and absolutely I'm against it. Don't waive inspection, because you are putting a lot of time from your time searching for the property, and once you find the right one, you want to make sure that this property construction and foundation are right, because that's what we care about. The home like has a right structure and has the right foundation. Anything else that's probably going to be cosmetic. Of course, roof is not cosmetic. We want to make sure the roof is in a good condition as well. So as long as there is no major issues, which is that why we're hiring the inspector to inspect the property for. It's cosmetic, it could be negotiated between your agent and the seller agent to reach an agreement, whether the seller will fix the cosmetic issues for you or the seller can credit you so you can go ahead and fix those issues after you close. But inspection is to protect you, is there to protect your money as well. So don't waive it, because if you waive it and God forbid something happen after you owning the property down the road, it's gonna be on you, not the seller, because you waived the inspection. If you are a first-time home buyer and you're thinking of buying in the state of Illinois and here in the Chicago North and the Northwest area, please reach out to me. I'm Rina Yagia. I'm a real estate agent in the state of Illinois. I work with Bird & Warner, a Glenview office. Would be more than happy to serve you and guide you through the process. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.